bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Ranch. My name's Mike.
I'm Erin.
And you guys know who we are, and now we can take a look and see who you are. Mike Johnson here hanging out with us, JP Merrick, Sky King, Kevin McHale, the guy that hooked us up with the windsock that if you go to our website and you click on the webcam, we have a webcam that looks out over the field, and you can actually see calves being born. In fact, if you were watching today, you could have watched 5 calves being born. Kind of hard to see on the webcam. Basically, a blob turns into one black blob and a small black blob.
Yes.
But the windsock that's out there is actually courtesy of a subscriber, Kevin McHale. Glad you can make it, Kevin.
I really enjoy the windsock.
You don't realize it's like the flags.
Yeah.
Like when we fly in the flags on the ranch, and when they're down, you miss them horribly.
Yeah. I'm always like, is the wind blowing? Bengalator, I thought you would like the jackalope. In fact, Mike had to move the camera just a bit, and I was like, oh, Bengalator will be happy.
She did. She dropped your name.
Yeah, it's nice to have the windsock. It's nice to have the flags. This winter we kind of were without flags for like 2 weeks or so.
And we go through spurts, yeah.
You know, the wind destroys them, and sometimes we try and have a backup here. But I think also we had like 60-mile-an-hour winds for days, so it's like, well, there's no point. Yeah. So.
But when you don't have flags, then you got the windsock.
We got the windsock.
And literally. So thank you very much, Kevin. We do appreciate it.
You were talking about the webcam, and I was watching the webcam just a little bit the other day, actually.
Were you really?
It's kind of funny.
We have a window. We have windows.
No, I was literally like looking out the window, and I was watching the webcam because I was just like, what does the webcam look like this time of the year, right? Because like we've had bad weather, so the cows are locked in. We have snow coming again tonight, so it was fun to like run around.
Yeah, you can watch them. They do. What do you call it?
Zoomies.
The zoomies. Calves get the zoomies. Yeah. So thank you very much. And watch the windsock because it's constantly moving. Judy Smith here hanging out with Bengalator, of course, and Melissa Curtin, along with our moderators, Lori Hable, William Dunn, Matt Fensel, Zach Hewitt, and Bill the Tractor Man here hanging out with us, keeping us all in line, me included. They can text me at any time, and they're like, hey, shut up, move on. So we
did have some streaming issues. You worked on the internet some today, but not.
No, and hopefully it kind of strains itself out. I don't know.
It was fine when you did speed test this morning and stuff. It was fine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And once you go, you never through. And,
I think you need a 4-hour call with the internet provider.
Yeah, that's the tough part. I didn't have 4 hours. There was a few times during the week that I was like, I need to talk to these people, and I was like, I don't have time. I don't have time to call somebody and talk to them for 4 hours. So. Very tricky trying to figure that whole thing out. So as we watch it on our computer and it says, slow down, yeah, not at all. So we'll see if we can power our way and revisit the whole dang thing and get it all working out. So Cody Harrison, how's Erin liking her cutting board?
Nice. It's a beautiful set. I think I probably would get the most use out of the bowl. It's probably
like, is it a salad bowl?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be for whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, it's really beautiful. So, I saw another question.
Just love when that happens.
Yeah.
All right, I'm making a drink, so hold on a second. This internet issues keep up. I'm going to need 3 or 4 of these. Still have to edit tonight, though, of course, because the 30 and 30 continues. For some reason, I decided that it would be a great idea to make 3 months worth of videos, probably more than that. Let's see, 30 videos, 3 months worth of videos in 1 month. For some reason, we think that's a good idea to do. So we're still powering through that. New video due out tomorrow afternoon. The new Gator video that seems to be doing pretty well. A lot of people liking the new Gator. A lot of people having comments about the new Gator. And you're going to get that.
Yeah.
You're going to get, why did you have to do that? Why don't you do this? Why don't you learn how to fly? And then you don't have to have a Gator. Wear roller skates. I don't know, whatever else, whatever suggestions there may be. But you know, it's the new Gator it's a godsend to be back on the ranch.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
I think one of the biggest things, like obviously, it's just, you know, like you actually, if you like goggles and like a face shield and thanks, JB.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully that'll help. Yeah.
You know, so like you were dressed for the weather and you know, thicker gloves and just like you were doing what you had to do so that you could check cows on the 4-wheeler and stuff. But we'd had like a week of really cold weather. And actually when it snowed the other day, it warmed up considerably.
Right.
We'd had really bad and then it started snowing and it actually like warmed up to like 28 degrees and the wind went down and it was really super wet snow. But like Lincoln every day was like, I want to go check cows. And it was like that. It was like, you will freeze to death. And same thing, like the girls wanted to, you know, after school and stuff, like they like to go out and see. But they missed it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, and it's definitely, I think there's a safety issue. Like you know, honestly, when we came to the ranch, we checked cows on the 4-wheeler. And it was you and I, and first of all, we didn't know any better, right? So we went out and did, you know, how many times did we put ourselves in situations we never
just didn't know how to be around cows.
Right, right. But with a 4-wheeler, yeah, you do end up, just because you're on the 4-wheeler, you know, there's no protection. I've seen cows come over the top of 4-wheelers at people, at me, honestly. Yeah. And so having the Gator does give you that sense of safety. But I think that more importantly is the fact that ranching is about family and being able to take the kids and being able to go check the cows. And
I just passed like a whole week. I was like, I can see them out the window.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, you can take the kids and you can show them their calves and teach them about where their calves come from and where their money. That's important, and I think it's important to see that from behind that dog. She's barking downstairs. To be able to see that from close up, you know, and safely.
Yes.
Right. Like, I mean, there were many times that I took the kids out on the 4-wheeler that I was like, should I really, you know, is this a good idea?
Well,
and it would change how you do things too, because you have the kids with you.
Yeah. So if the weather had to be nice. And it wasn't last week. And then it just also, like, if you did happen to come upon a new calf, like, you couldn't take that calf if you had a kid with.
Right. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
And which is fine. You obviously are more than capable of going back and stuff. But, you know, if the kids are in the Gator, you can get out, close the door, tag the calf, you know, make sure the kids are safe. So, you know, and someday it'll be those kids out there tagging calves and stuff. And, like, I feel better if they will have the Gator to tag calves than
So you want to know one of the hardest things about the new Gator? The door is open the other way. If you remember the old Gator, because you can open that door and you could put that door in between you and the mom, and then you could just lean out and tag.
You're gonna have to like pull forward and then like
I do. That's what I did. Yeah, that's what I figured out how to do. You pull forward, you get past the calf, open the door, and then back up into the calf, and hopefully not run over the calf. The other issue is there's a lot less visibility with the new. It's a lot bigger. Feels a lot bigger. It probably is.
It is a lot bigger.
And there's a lot less visibility. Yeah. And so there's definitely good and bad. So.
You just get used to it.
Get used to it, correct what the problems are, and you know, lighting is another issue that we're going to have to deal with. And of course, you know, taking some of the lights from the old Gator and putting them on, or leaving them on the old Gator, or whatever, however we figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you know, your gun grabber is going to go in.
I know, the gun grabber's hard. I've been going back and forth. So the gun grabber is a deal.
Actually, Linda, thank you for the super. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Thank you for the super chat.
Exactly. The gun grabber, which we have in the Gator, that holds a rifle. you have to drill holes in the floor.
Yeah,
for it
it's
to mount.
our end, guys. It's our internet.
Yeah,
that's
it's
causing...
back. It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
I do apologize. It's driving me crazy. So.
Get out your phone and threaten it again. Like
Oh
we
yeah,
did
that
last
helped.
time.
Yeah, that worked last time. You know, do I want to drill holes in the new Gator to be able to put the gun grabber in? And it's like, you know, we haven't paid for it yet.
No, I mean, yeah, we're on a finance plan.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not, you know, we go start punching holes in things, and it's like, how does that work if, you know, if something happens? So
It was, you know, when we did the farm store building, we purchased that from a local builder, and it's just a shed, right? And then we were like, what's your guys', you know, we bought it with the intention of like make payments and then finish it, and it was like, what's your guys', what's your modification policy?
yeah, like, because we're gonna change some
We're
stuff
gonna like
here.
change everything here, and I was like, we're gonna pay for it, but like he's like, yeah, technically you're not supposed. So yeah, it was yeah, they're like, as long as it's on payment, everything about it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So yeah, the punching holes in it. I mean, obviously it's going to happen, but it's still, you know, you go drill a hole in something that looks really nice, and
I guess we'll have to read the fine print on the paperwork and see.
yeah, exactly. And the thing that, you know, the new Gators are kind of impressive just because they have, you know, there's mounts to put on the lights. You know, they actually have threaded bolt holes now, so you can put in a light, and maybe you don't have to go drill holes, you know, and that kind of thing. And but figuring out where to put the gun grabber, and then, you know, and so it doesn't interfere with the shifter, which is something that could very well. Doing something in the rear window maybe and getting away from the gun grabber. Even there's a compartment underneath the seat that's too small for a rifle, but maybe there's some other way to do something. So yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of figuring out what, you know, it's a new piece of equipment, so you know, how's it going to work for us? Robert wants to know if the Gator is and a horn. I think that's what you have to have.
Do you have to have a mirror?
Probably.
Maybe like one mirror?
Yeah, like a mirror or something. So yeah,
Does it have a rear view mirror?
No, it has. It's about as bare bones as we could get, because like, and I think I explained it in the video. Like, we tried to find something that was literally the same as our old one. Like, I didn't want heat. I didn't need air conditioning. The cab is nice, having windows that roll down. Yeah, that's cool. Impossible to find.
Yeah.
You cannot find that Gator. So we ended up going with what we ended up going with, and the people at C&B Operations in Sheridan helped us out with finding what we needed, and they found us used units and stuff like that that a used one. But you know, are you leaving?
No.
Oh, I thought you were like getting up to
Yep,
go
I'm
somewhere. It's like, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done. Screw this. But yeah, so it is something new to the ranch, and it's exciting for us because it's something that we were able to purchase for the ranch and or at least make payments on for the ranch.
That's making payments.
How long years, you know, then we'll own it. But
Then you can put a gun grabber in.
then I can put a gun grabber in it. Yeah, no kidding.
What, are you gonna put wheels on?
Yeah, from Matt L asked if we were going to put the twheels on the new Gator. They fit yet. I do need to figure that out because I need to talk to the folks in Michelin, and like we're still. I'm kind of I'm. So I kind of joked around earlier, and I said, you know, well, when I get a flat tire, I'll put a twheel on. So each flat tire, I'll just put it so it'll have one twheel to start with, and then two twheels, and then three. I don't think I can do that.
No.
But yeah, you know, and if the old Gator stays around, then the wheels can stay on that because we know they fit that.
Yeah.
And we can get the problems fixed with the wear and tear on it. The interesting thing is that I think, and everybody has been asking me.
Can you guys hear the dog barking?
Yeah.
Sorry. This is a great stream.
I know.
Bad internet.
Bad
dogs
internet.
barking.
Where was I? We've been going back and forth about, did the twheels cause the damage to the Gator? And honestly, we don't know. And neither does Michelin or Twheels or anybody else. But one thing that we did find out is that John Deere completely changed the design of how your tires are attached on the new Gator. And so I kind of lean towards the side that that John Deere knew there was an issue with how those to the frame over a extended period of time and running over sagebrush and beating the crap out of it for years and years. On the new Gator and having the same problem happen again, I don't think that'll be a huge issue. So that's kind of my thought on the wheels. But I do need to find out if they fit. There's a weight range. So
and the wheels are heavy.
They are heavy, but the wheels that I have on the Gator now are actually made for a four-wheeler. They're made for a Polaris four-wheeler is what they're made for. So being able to make them work, they may not just be able to even handle the weight of the new Gator. We don't know. So we're working with Michelin to try to figure that kind of stuff out. If we'll see.
Yeah.
So one of the great things that we've been able to do this month with the Beyond the Range director's commentary to the 30 and 30, and I think it's really cool that we can bring you guys along daily and show you guys exactly what is happening on the ranch and what we're doing.
Do you want to go reset the?
Being able to show you guys what's happening, and then be able to do the live stream on the Beyond the Ranch channel and answer questions about what happens behind the scenes that people don't ever see. The 24-hour live stream that's happening eventually.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that that's coming.
I know. That's the time when everything, there's no holds barred. You see it all. If I have to stop and pee, we stop and pee. So, I mean, and oddly, I think I would. Yeah, so I mean, it's a cool place to come in and talk about what's happening and how we get there. But yeah, that the 24-hour live stream is really the behind the scenes side of things. But if you guys do have questions throughout the night here, feel free to ask them, and we'll definitely try to answer.
How are you doing with the 30 and 30?
Well, the dog up
that
here.
Dang dog, man.
The third wind kind of seems to happen. We get our first and second winds. Third wind usually kicks in about 8 o'clock for me at night because I'm editing at night after the kids go to bed. So I edit from about 9 until whenever. 1, 2 o'clock
Okay.
could be.
You chat. I'll go get the dog.
It could be later than that. So
I can't get out that way. There's lights in the way. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse me. Remember your microphone's on when you're down there, and I'm going to pick up everything you say. So
I'm
don't
gonna
cuss at the dog.
I'm going to turn off my microphone.
Good for you. Yeah, so it's very much a breath of wind to come in and take you to the next spot. So I did have a nap last week, which was kind of cool. I slept for 15 minutes. And then I slept for 15 minutes one day. The next day I thought I'd try to take a nap as well and kind of. So yeah, so it's definitely something you have to get used to, and I'm going to be very happy when it's over, but I won't be happy that I did it. So I think that it's going to be, it definitely makes it worth it. So the dog's over there looking for beef jerky, by the way.
Bean, come here. Come here, Bean. Come here. Come say hi.
Do you remember being here? Come here.
She's so big now. Hi. Hi, Bean. Hi, Bean. Guys, has she gotten bigger?
Yeah, a little bit. Come on, get all the way up here. There you go.
Hi.
Yeah, she used to sit right.
She was just like a tiny little ball down here.
Yes.
Dad, I missed you.
I know, it's been
I was
minutes.
barking.
It's been minutes. Okay, yeah, I get it, dog.
I was busy barking.
Okay, and she just got some medicine. So.
I think the kids were playing with those.
Are we boring you already? Just stop.
The kids, they got some giant bubbles for Easter.
Do you think she ate the soap bubbles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I found out the kids were putting the bubble solution down the slide, and she was trying to climb She was trying to climb the slide, and she was licking the slide. Mm-hmm. So she ate some bubble solution.
Yeah.
So that's just like soap.
Crash.
Well, she's tired.
Let's put your head up here so at least people can see you. Nope. Nope. She's just like... We figured, I think her
60?
parents were about 60, so we're thinking right around 60 pounds, so she got another 20 pounds to go. So she is kind of starting to learn calves a little bit. We've got her in with the bottle calf occasionally, so she can go out and she'll move the bottle calf around, which is kind of cute. She'll move the bottle calf up and down I should take a video of it.
Yeah.
They move up and down the middle of the barn. She's still a little leery of the big cows, which honestly, we talked to some trainers and we talked to the vet. They said that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, and that she's not really just like jumping right in there and getting herself hurt. So
Yeah, and her tongue, it does not fit her mouth. It's extremely, extremely, her tongue's extremely long, I guess is
it
the,
sure is.
yeah. So it's, yeah, she's, the other day before the snow and stuff, there was one cow just up here by where the lick tubs are at and the mineral. And she was kind of moving that one cow and kind of would bounce up to her and then bark and like try and move her, and this cow was just like, whatever, dog.
Yeah,
And then Bean would like run away, and then she'd go back, and you can see like she has the instinct. She is a bit fearful and sensitive. Don't you think she's a sensitive dog? Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you yell at her, she has a hard time with that. So like training and stuff works better if we're super positive with her, and but she's learning really quickly, I think, how to, like, she can sit, stay. We're working on she loves to be outside. She loves to be with her kids. Lincoln is her person.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
you think?
So yeah, she's obviously, it was kind of, you know, we really,
Lincoln's
her and
sweaty.
Lincoln are
Yeah.
best friends.
Yeah.
So
Very much. Her and Lincoln are good pals. So
exactly.
and she loves all the kids. What do you?
She's good. She's a
you can't
good
see
dog.
her. She's.
Michael Ruprich asked what the top speed of the new Gator is. I got an extra 5 miles an hour out of the new Gator. It's 45 before it kind of stalls out. The other bad thing.
Be good, Bean. Don't run into a cord.
Yeah, good or bad about the Gator is that you have to have the seatbelt latch to go over 10 miles an hour. So, you know, give or take. But the seatbelt
I
is
thought it was
latched.
5. I thought it was.
No,
like
it's
5.
10. I figured out it's 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So you
but-
just buckle it.
We haven't stopped the voting yet. So you can go and vote on our Facebook page, our facebook.com/Our Wyoming Life. You can go there, find the link to go into SurveyMonkey, which is the company that we use, and which I think is just hilarious.
Facebook used to have a poll option that you could just make polls. Mm-hmm. And I didn't check that before you made that, and we talked about it. I was like, oh, we'll do a Facebook poll and stuff. And then about 30 minutes before I needed to post it because the video was coming out, I was like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, so you can still go and vote, and we will have the results here within just, 15 minutes or so? Sure. Probably. Let's give them another 15 minutes to get in there and vote for the calf's name. The calf, she's eating great, by the way.
Yeah.
That calf is eating, 2 bottles of feeding 3 times a day now, and just going like crazy. That's what I do, Brian. We buckle it and just jam it. So, yeah,
Who doesn't do that?
I know, right? Yeah. Honestly, when it was yeah, so
I think
where
though
was I?
for the
Yeah.
kids though, I'm okay that it has.
They were, except for when we stop. As soon as we stop, they're unbuckling their seatbelts and they're walking around because you can walk in the. There's a Get up and they move around. Then you have to tell them sit back down and put on your seatbelt. So she's like, "Where's my seatbelt?" And she'll put it on. So
Grace is a rule follower through.
she is very much a rule follower. Yeah, you tell her what to do, and she's gonna follow that. So, I saw a couple more questions up here, and I missed them, and I apologize. I would have to go back an hour. How long each time you film does the filming part take? It depends. You know, obviously I do all my editing at night after the kids go to sleep, usually in between calf checks. So if I'm out checking calves at 8 o'clock, I know that the kids are going to go to bed at 9. I can edit until midnight, 1, 2 o'clock. And usually if you watch the webcam, I'm out after I get done editing, and I'm heading out to check cows. So anyway, but it depends on what we're doing. Like the video that comes out tomorrow, which I filmed today, we did our calf count again, just like we did last week. So we went through, we talked about how many calves there are on the ranch now. We went and saw every single calf, and talked about what we have coming up, which is snow.
Yeah.
We can talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it can take, it depends on what we're doing. Work just to film. So I film what I'm doing while I'm working. So it's...
inches, I believe, of snow is what we're supposed to get.
Yeah. Does the Gator have a jacuzzi? No, but which is a good question. They might have someday. It does have heating and air conditioning, and so I went round and around with the dealer, with our salesperson, about the heating and air conditioning. And one thing that actually sold me on it was the fact that he said a lot of ranchers that it has heat on the floor. Cold. And you can lay it down in the floorboard of the Gator. You can crank that heat and help warm up that calf on the way in. And I've done that in the tractor before.
Yeah,
when I picked up calves and thrown them in the tractor, and we do the same thing. Yeah. So
thank you, Mike. Can you scroll?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Mike Smith.
Yep.
Mitch Smith. Thank you for the super chat. Loving the 30 and 30.
Me too.
Thank you.
I honestly do think, and I think I talked about it in this video, but having the Gator makes it easier for me to film.
Yeah.
It makes it easier for me to film what we're doing. I rode the four-wheeler a lot in the summer.
We do enjoy, I enjoy, just the open cab and stuff in the summertime of a four-wheeler, or the little Gator and stuff. It's nice. You
okay, Bean? You wanted to come up here.
Excuse you.
And you're showing everybody and look this way. Camera's over here.
You're sitting on me. She's a very, she's a super cuddly. She doesn't face or anything, no. Where are you going?
There's something over there we're seeing. Grant
start tonight and snow through tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So 4 more inches. 11 o'clock tonight. It's supposed to start.
Yep, exactly. Grant asked, why do you let the cows calve all over the fields rather than bringing them in close? During bad weather, like we're getting ready to expect now, they are in close. They're all within about 20 acres of the house. You can watch them on the webcam on our website, wyominglife.com. But yeah, we do let them go out and they're in 400 acres when they're calving. And I've found that over the years, we've done it where we've tried to close them in. We've seen more trampling issues. We've seen more disease issues, from dirty soil, manure, that kind of stuff. I think a mom cow. No, what is she doing? What are you doing, dog?
Sniffing stuff.
Just finding new things to check out.
Just doing stuff, Dad.
If you let a cow do what a cow does, and mom cows are going to go find the best place to have their calf. Not always. I'm going to say that sometimes you have to go in there and say, hey, don't have your calf in a mud. Be a better return because they know what they're doing. I honestly, cows are better at being cows than I am. So I think it makes sense to let them do what they do.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, Bill South, for the super chat. We appreciate that. It's bad. Yeah, I mean, you kind of know all their hidey holes and where they like to have calves and where they stash calves and stuff.
And really, it really doesn't make that much more work on me. Now, when I have the four-wheeler, yeah, it's not fun to go out and make the loop. But with the Gator, I can make that loop in 15 minutes and check every single cow in the place. And I know where the high spots are, I can go check. I know where the low spots are that I need to go check. And very long. I'd rather let them go out and do their thing. Now, you'll see a lot of different ranchers that'll have but they can also come to that as they need to as well, and they will. Bad weather, they'll come straight to it. Easy asked, did 177 go straight to her calf, or did she wander looking? No, we followed her tracks straight to her calf.
Yeah.
She knew exactly where her calf was. She knew where she had stashed it. Now her calf is in with the herd. I kind of got a little mad at her, and I said, you're not coming back in to eat until you bring your calf with you. And she brought her calf with us. Canadian Calve install all the stuff from the old Gator to the new. I don't know. It kind of depends on what happens with the old Gator and what we decide to do with that, whether it becomes a new caking only Gator, which would be really nice because I really hate the cake feeder. But you know, we'll see what happens with that. So
Lights and stuff are definitely going to come over, and
yeah, some lights are going to have to move over. I don't know if quite as many lights. Like I said, I'm leery about going and drilling holes in it. It's very nice, you know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of plastic too. So, you know, if you in the old Gator, the roof is metal, and so I have that on the new Gator, the roof is plastic, so I can't stick this spot to it.
Yeah,
different things that we got to figure out before we figure it out, before we know what we're doing. JB Weld said we need a fence checking drone. I'm gonna next time you're here, drone, and we're gonna let you try to check fence with it. You would have to get insanely close to a fence to check it with the drone. You'd probably crash it. There's that kind of stuff, but
you still gotta go tag the calf.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the drone for stuff, which is fine. But you do have to get pretty close to see. The screen is like this big. It's the size of your phone. Drone, the hands-on part of ranching more than anything too. So. Missy said that Mackenzie did a great job on that video. Did you ever watch? Did you ever watch the whole thing?
I watched parts of it. I haven't had a chance to watch all of it.
I know it
I
was
watched
fun.
part of today's video. I haven't watched all of it.
Mackenzie, this is a funny story, but after that video came out, my mom called me, and she was like, I said no. She was, I was sitting right behind her on the four-wheeler holding the camera, but it looked like she was driving the four-wheeler. And my mom was really worried about her driving the four-wheeler.
She's not.
But the funny part was, Mackenzie really did. Sat there, and she said, cut this. There was one shot where you could see my hand driving the four-wheeler, and she said, "Can you get your hand out of there?" And so I had to zoom in a little bit so that they wouldn't see, so nobody would see my hand. Thank you, JB Weld, for the $100 super chat. Pimp my Gator. Boy, that'll put what could I put in there for $100?
A light bar.
A light bar.
Light bar.
Ooh.
You put a light bar on a four-wheeler.
I did put a light bar on a four-wheeler.
Maybe you can just move that over.
How is that spending $100?
I don't know.
Yeah. See. JB, just send me a check. We'll just make it out to me, and we'll make it happen.
Who filmed the drone footage while you're driving around with Grace and Lincoln?
That is the wonders of technology, folks. That was me. And you can set that drone, and it's not really an expensive. It's an expensive drone. Don't get me wrong. They're If you want to see the most expensive drone in the world, Go back to the video when the governor's wife was here, and they flew their drone around that was this big, and it was a $50,000 drone. I think that's what he said it cost.
I don't think it cost that much, but
it was nice.
It was really nice.
Very nice. And I wanted to like smack somebody over the head and
it
steal
was so big.
It was huge. Can you imagine carrying that around? I might take a drone shot today, so I got to bring this with me. But my drone, I can actually set it up as long as something has wheels. Say that it's a vehicle, and the drone will recognize it, and I can actually set it to follow. So I draw a little square around it, and I say follow this thing at this. Well, it does kind of, if I start doing this and getting all crazy, it gets a little squirrely. But yeah, a lot of that stuff I'm actually able to now, if you go back to the older video, trying to, you know, but now technology has made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And drive
also,
at the same
like
time.
being like which drone fits our needs rather than like.
We still don't have the best. I mean,
No.
even the best cheap.
Still, like, it was always like just like what can we get by with, and now like we do have a little bit more flexibility because it is so valuable. And like when we didn't have a drone, like
Exactly. And Lisa, another $100 super chat to pimp my Gator fun. And then we got JB Weld saying a pair of dice. Well, first I need a mirror to hang them from. There's no mirror in there. We were talking about that. I said I can't. It's a bigger Gator, so I almost need mirrors. But
well,
then the cows will rub them
will
off.
rub them off. They're so bad about rubbing mirrors off.
They've rubbed mirrors off of pickups before.
Well, and I've like. You park something out there and you leave it unattended for 3 seconds, and like they just go mess with it. They go rub on it. They go stick.
Oh yeah, how many times have I come back and my mirrors are forward, and it's like, what happened?
They're such turds with that stuff.
So thank you, Enley. We really do. I was like, should I put an Wyoming Life sticker on the Gator? Like,
You're gonna have to like. It's got some mud on it.
It's dirty already. 50 miles. I
And
got
the cows are not even out.
Yeah, it's got 50 miles on it. Driving around the triangle pasture, it's got 50 miles on it.
It's funny, like when EPP got its Gator.
Which is the little Gator that you see in the videos that everybody yells at me for not driving.
Yeah, it's the cabless Gator, the new cabless Gator that was purchased with a grant for EPP for the gardens. So it's not for cows. And it belongs to EPP. So I have a hard time driving it still because it's new, right? Like I did drive it today and stuff, but like it's just I get what you're going through, but you're gonna have to. Fit your needs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's nice as it is. You know, one thing that surprised me, it doesn't have a clock in it. Like our old Gator had a clock.
On the dash, yeah.
Had a clock on the dash. This one does not have a clock, so I've been looking for like a tiny, because it doesn't have that much room on the dash, but like a little tiny
Like a
digital stick-on, you know, time thing. Because I mean, how many times? Not that we all don't have, you know what time. I know, right? Let's see. What year did Mike have to go find the drone that the wind took? Yeah, there's been a few of them.
Oh, the hailstorm.
The hailstorm was
2019.
Was it 19?
Yeah, it wasn't 20.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
we
was
didn't
not
get
my
any-
fault.
Yeah, we didn't cut any hay last year. So.
Yeah. I did have another drone experience with this, but I was filming. I don't remember what I was doing. Something was steered. It landed in the ditch of the highway. Landed itself, because they do that, and then you saw a truck go boom right by, and it was like within, a few feet of the drone. So yeah, I didn't tell Erin about that one. That's the first time I've told her about that. So
I hate the drone.
what? How can you hate the drone?
It's expensive and it breaks all the time.
You should fly it. You should really fly the drone. One of the cool things we can do with the new drone, by the way, which I haven't done yet, I've tested it to see how it worked, but we can do live streams from the drone.
We did it with Matt and Tammy.
I just said we tested it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said we haven't tested it.
Yeah, we tested it.
Yeah.
You can do live streams from the drone where you can hear me talking, you can hear us talking, but the video would be the drone flying around the ranch.
Yeah.
That's crazy, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to
Hey,
set up.
Matt, you don't need to bring up my flaws.
It has flaws? Did Matt find a flaw?
Yeah, I ran over them. And I had to go to the shop to get something.
This happened a couple of years ago. We were filming.
We were pulling plastic on a high tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
I believe, yeah.
And you took off and ran it over.
You put it on the front of the Gator.
You didn't look before you left. There's a remote sitting right there.
You put it on the front of the Gator.
And then I was like, where'd the remote go? And the drone's still flying, you know, and I'm like, where's the remote at? Because you can. Yeah, that was an interesting day.
I think we share equal responsibility for that problem.
I think I am not sharing anything with you.
Thank you, D. Hansen Ranch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Is that Canadian?
50. Yeah, Canadian. Thank you guys.
Glad you could come to the live stream. We're happy to have you guys here.
Yes, thank you very much. I love seeing the Wyoming Life channel. You know, it's your next level of, I don't want to say dedication, but it's your next level in interest in supporting where your food comes from and supporting what we're trying to do. So, Erin, don't drive the Gator before Mike puts the first scratch or dent. Oh gosh. Okay, here's another story.
Did you put a scratch on?
No, I didn't. But John Deere came and dropped off the Gator for me. Travis, our salesperson from CNB, our salesperson. I don't know his email address. Do you know his email address? Search for
Not
it.
off the top
It's
of my head.
CNB Operations in Sheridan. Salesman's name is Travis. Send him an email. Say thank you.
Send him a nice email.
Send him a nice email, but thank him for helping us with the Gator because he really did help us with finding a Gator. But he went to Idaho to get a Gator. So
I didn't know it was shipped.
well, they brought it here from Idaho. Like, I mean, somebody had to go get it and bring it here.
Yeah.
It didn't fly
CNB
here.
has several locations,
Right.
and they're constantly moving stuff.
They could have said you have to go to Idaho.
Yeah,
to get
no, they
this.
could have said you have to go to
and they
Idaho.
did not. So yeah, if you get a chance, email Travis and tell him how awesome.
I think the
he
EPP
is.
tractor thing too, and
Did it
same
really?
thing. It was or Riverton or somewhere else. I know it came from somewhere else. It was
Powell.
like, oh yeah, from Powell. I was like, do I have to go get that?
The
now?
tractor came from Powell.
Where the
They
Gator?
had the Gator. They had the Gator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I forgot what I was even talking
Travis
about.
brought
Oh,
it
about
over.
the dent. Okay, so he drops off the Gator. Mackenzie shows me the Gator. Then Mackenzie and I went out and drove the Gator around a little bit. None of this was on video. And then that night, though, that evening, we had a cow that had a calf way up there in the corner.
Oh yeah.
To tag her calf, the very first calf that we're going to tag with the new Gator. Into the front of the Gator, just headbutts it, big as crap. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I just got here. Luckily, I mean, she didn't hurt anything. You know, she didn't hurt anything or anything else, but I tagged her calf. It was fine. She was still snorting and pawing at the ground and all that kind of stuff. And I love another cow since then with the Gator. They have no problem.
And you took all three kids. You took me for a ride. You took Bean for a ride because she's been sitting at the window like, I want to go check cows. The cows were very curious about it. And like when I was out with you, I took some pictures and like blonde cow is like licking the window. Like it's different. It's the same, but it's different. And so like every time you would go over the ramp, like a herd of them would like
Come
like
over.
yes, the cows are. Yeah, they're just funny.
Yeah. Will you be training Bean yourself? I've seen that question pop up a couple times.
Yeah.
Haven't got a chance to get to it, Don. But yeah, I'm going to try. We're going to see how it works. We actually have a neighbor training, so she's been more than willing to help me out. Brian's wife has offered to help me out with helping with Bean and getting her trained. Right now, she's not doing anything. She's just
Sleeping.
But
She's like
yeah.
the chillest puppy too. Like super hyper. I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep
I'm gonna
for
go to
12
sleep.
hours.
I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean we've obviously and like trying to like figure out boundaries and sit and stay and come and down. For the most part, she's pretty and potty training. We got that figured out. So
Yeah, we're done there.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to wait for the anti-lag feature here that's trying
go.
to do. There we go. All righty, guys, we are going to talk about our new bottle calf, number 22.
Hurry.
Who is in the barn as we speak. And soon enough, after this storm, is actually going to install for him. for the past 3 days.
I honestly don't
something
remember.
like that when we did that. So we had narrowed it down.
It's been a couple days at least.
Right. And based on comments on the YouTube channel, we narrowed it down to 4 names. Those names were Double Deuce, Cole, Ruger, or Grover. Now, did you have a favorite? You liked Win. But Erin was a big fan of Winchester.
Beans on the floor over there.
Yeah, sleeping. So we, to this point, we have had 1,686
That's a lot.
votes for the name of this calf.
Thank you, everyone who voted.
Myself, I personally liked Grover. It was named after the 22nd president, Grover Cleveland, which we didn't put in there. I thought maybe you might explain why Grover was
I had
a good
7
name.
minutes to figure all this out, and I was struggling. And I had I literally was at the computer, Googling how to do this. I had my laptop. I had the message from you of where. And there's nothing
You did
more
great.
to email myself a picture and I don't know my passwords to anything, and it's I don't know the last time I signed into my email on this computer, and it's I don't have time to reset this. I had to reset SurveyMonkey, and I had to call you and be I need the code to get into SurveyMonkey.
Right, and then it said you logged into too many machines.
Yeah, you have to remove a device.